Welcome to Surf Dudes with Attitude. I'm one of your hosts. This is Pete from New York City. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Hello, I'm the other host. My name is James, and I'm from Brooklyn. New York City.
And I am the producer, George, from Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Hello, George, and my co-host. Thanks so much for coming back, James, and jumping on. James is going to be with us for the rest of this ride.
Oh, I'm invested. Even though none of these episodes tie together, I'm invested now. So,
hey, but these last two episodes, we had some music. This episode was a little difficult to get through, but we did get there at the very end.
Did we?
I think so.
I've got, this episode, I will double down on what I said last week. The sets, costumes, the show as a whole looks like it's coming together. But I'm sensing some really weird undertones. So
yeah,
I've got all these in the notes, but we'll get into it as we step through. But
if anybody didn't see last week, we had some music to talk about, and James is correct. This feels like a whole new show. So I like the show, our show. You can just jump in whenever the fuck. So
I'm curious about these undertones. What kind of undertones are they?
It's
serial killer undertones.
You're you know what, George? You're not that far off, but I think it will surprise both of you. It surprised me.
You're just sitting there like Eminem. It's just coming out of you. You don't know what you're writing.
Yeah, no, I felt like the Kermit the Frog meme. Like,
So we're back here on Surf Dudes with Attitude. We are fully. We're in season 3. We can't get out of it. Contractually obligated to do the rest.
There's no way out but through. Yeah.
If anybody wants to contact us, we're at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com. There's a lot of weird stuff that's going to happen this season, and we want you guys to be a part of it. So, I don't know. Do you guys just want to get into it? This episode was dense with a lot of bullshit. So, unless there's any housekeeping to do, George.
No housekeeping on this part. How about it?
Oh, it's okay. All right. Usually we have horse shit to talk about, James.
Well, but, we still do,
We do. We've about 22 minutes of it.
Was it helpful last time sharing the screen so that we could see like the scene we were talking about? Was that helpful?
I mean, somewhat, but most of these people are going to be listening, so that might be a little too visual.
Sure.
So, I don't know, unless it's like super funny. I don't know.
There's none of that. So we'll just step through the episode and
you know what, James, we still didn't come up with a catchphrase. Like, we're supposed to start the episode and then say it, and then George leaves the room, and then we get into the episode.
I think we got it in this one.
You think so?
I think so.
Don't tell me
when
when it happens.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Okay, sure. I have an idea of what you're going to say, but I don't know for sure.
I imagine it's going to be the same thing.
Sure. We should also mention we are a few days out from the California Dreams reunion in Nashville, Tennessee. This is going to come out way the fuck after, but
in real time.
We were asked to come. We were begged to come, and we couldn't do it for a myriad of reasons, but is there any part of you that wishes you were down there, James?
Yeah. What venue is it going to be at?
So it's at John Bon Jovi's venue in Nashville, Tennessee on Broadway.
Oh,
so,
yes. Oh, yes.
Are you familiar with it? Have you ever gone?
I'm not familiar with that specific bar, but I am familiar. Yeah, exactly. I am familiar with Broadway. And whether it's John Bon Jovi, Kid Rock, the guy from Journey, who gives a shit? They're all bad bars,
Right. It's tough. Zach took me there. I miss Zach. he took me along Broadway because I remember when I was hanging out there, we had just like we had been there for like 5 days, and he's like, "Oh my God, I didn't take you to see any in Nashville because we were just doing content and shit." So like, we went down that strip, and it was like a college alma mater threw up everywhere. It was it was drunk tourists on those pedal bikes that were also tables that served beer. And then literally every single venue was just playing honky tonk music. There was a band in every single window. And they were all, it was like that scene in High School High where they're all playing the same song. Like it's always Gangster's Paradise.
No.
But it's
Funny,
at different sections.
Funny that you say that, because I spent for completely other reasons than going to honky tonks. I spent a lot of time downtown, very close to Broadway. And if you would stand there long enough, you would hear like circles. Someone would start playing Rock Me Mama Like a Wagon Wheel here. And then it would like make its fucking way like a virus. And then, you know, they'd play another hit, whatever song. And then that would, it honestly, from my experience with Broadway, that is the precipice of hell. And I avoided that area. The only times when I would go down there is if I was going to a concert at the arena. Those are the only times I can remember even on my own decision walking through Broadway.
Yes. So do you think when the California Dreams play there, it's going to be like a row, row, row your boat situation where they're going to be playing the intro and then it's just through osmosis, all the other bands are going to have to play it?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that just because the songs that were making the rotation were like whatever was in the top 40.
Oh, I mean,
you know what I mean?
For sure.
It was like music that generic person would know.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Yeah,
achy breaky heart, if you will. Got it. Okay.
That don't impress me much. You know, like classic honky tonk covers.
Yes.
Which
I don't. Soundtrack to Birth of a Nation. Right.
Oh, geez. I mean, you're not wrong.
Well,
but anyways,
I wish we were there.
It would be fun.
Next show, we will definitely make it out. This was the kind of a last minute thing, and but we're gonna keep going. In the spirit of things, we're gonna continue to talk about California Dreams. We're gonna wish them the best of luck and be there in spirit, and we hope it went well. Whenever people hear this, hopefully the place did not burn down. So we're going to talk about this episode, which is episode 2 of season 3 of California Dreams. And it came out September 17th, 1994, called Follow Your Dreams. James,
well,
did you feel that you were going to get such a philosophical lesson in life from this episode?
I'm not going to lie to you. There were some very valuable lessons being spoken about throughout this episode, but I just don't think on the surface it's the reality of what was going on here. Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't know. There's just something weird about this episode. But anyways, you know, before we got to say let's do it. So let's do it.
Okay. That will be our temporary catchphrase until
it's the placeholder. Well, I mean, until we come up
anymore. Legally, we can't. According to maritime law, Matt is gone. He was the one that did it. And also my catchphrase, which is usually drive carefully, that was Matt's catchphrase. So we gotta rebrand everything.
Well, fortunately, it's coming up very shortly.
Okay,
it's just we just gotta carry on the tradition, okay? Until we hand it off to the new thing. Anyways, I thought the opening of this episode was already, again, just like the set, the costumes, even the the video just looks better.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. It looks like a polished show. I'm pretty pleased.
Michael Bay guest directed this intro scene in the loft, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, definitely. It was it was very appealing, very flashy, and I thought the little heart bone thing, that's cute.
Heart bone
is the song that Jake is singing in the beginning.
Oh, right.
Remember, this is what creates the existential crisis about his lyrics, is he's presenting a song to the band members and he makes up this phrase and they're like, oh, it's kind of weird.
I have a very obvious question. Don't sneeze at it. Didn't they get Mark in the band because he's like this songwriting virtuoso who can also play boogie woogie on the piano? I don't understand. We don't know how long that Mark's been in the band, but I guess so. Mark just plays the music, and Jake is there, Dr. Seussing it up with the lyrics.
My first note is, why is the new guy not spearheading the writing?
It's true. You got to make a good first impression.
Well, but like you're saying, he's a virtuoso.
Yeah.
Like, why would they not be? He's the new guy to the band. Why would they not be utilizing his skills?
He played the William Tell Overture.
It was pretty good. Okay? It was pretty good and mostly accurate. But then there's like a joke later where they're giving Jake shit about not being able to come up with songs.
Yes.
And Mark says this, well, I mean, we can get to it, but basically it's implied later in the episode that Mark is also a virtuoso at writing, not just playing. At writing. He's
never had writer's block.
He's never had writer's block, which I found, I just don't understand why they were choosing to let Jake be in charge of that and then suffer. It was like very torturous.
Yeah, it was torturous. And I noticed, like, just with the intro, Jake is relegated to like fourth chair, basically. So we got Kelly first, and then we got Sly. Sorry, we have Tiff first, then we have Sly, then we have Sam, because that's when she starts singing, and then we have Jake. And then you get Tony and then the new people. So I don't know. They definitely tried to prop Jake up in the second season as being like almost a new front man. Maybe caused the rift. Matt left, and now there's this vacuum of power. Do you think we're going to see some kind of warlord situation? I mean, I would think so. I've definitely been in bands where this has happened. So anyway,
it happens very fast. No one even notices it, you know.
Jake's Heartbone song, if that's what we're going to call it, it just goes from C to G. He is actually playing the guitar. I found his guitar out of tune, not wildly, but still noticeably. And I thought Tiff's outfit in the scene was great. So trying to find positives.
Her outfit was great. I think it really does a good job of hiding like the pent up rage inside of her. You know,
never far from our hearts.
Yeah, we just have to remember it's not, the threat is never completely zero, right?
And yeah, speaking of Tiff, we do not know. I want to commend Tiff and Jake for being such good friends after such a harsh breakup.
Yeah, we still have no clarity on that, do we? None at all. Not a single sliver of clarity.
I think if they were fully polyamorous, they uncoupled and they have decided to see other people there, but no longer nesting partners. That's what it gives off the vibe anyway. Okay, so
yeah.
Did you notice that before we get to one of the plot points here, there's a coffee table in front of them that has a kick drum under it?
Well,
do you think it does? It's not being held up by the kick drum. Kick drum is just under it. It is the spare kick drum just hanging around.
Well, you know, this is a big time professional band, so of course they've got so much gear they can turn some of it into tables. They have
fully taken over this rich Nepo babies loft.
Yeah.
With their and it's just where they hang out now.
Yeah, I mean that was the point. Yeah, I think so. That was the point.
So we find out here that they have sent the cassette tape to Crocodile Records 10 days ago and haven't heard back. Which I'm like, okay, first of all, it's a cassette tape, crazy outdated. You're mailing one in with the post office, also outdated, and then you haven't heard anything in 10 days. Like
this wasn't outdated.
I mean, at the time, no, but it's so foreign to me.
Yeah,
that was ever the way to do things.
That's what you did. No, that's what you did. No, you just mailed a cassette to a record label, and they signed you, and you became a super huge rock band. That's legitimately how it used to be.
Did you send a press kit to a label ever?
I don't know. Radio stations, maybe. I don't know. I think I was too young for that. I remember when I was like going to school to learn recording, my teachers were like, "This industry's crumbling. You better find a new job. This industry's not going to be here anymore." But so that like mailing a tape or a CD to a label, no, I don't. Yeah. Publications and blogs and stuff in hopes that someone would do like a write-up for sure, but
But yeah, you're sending in the mail. You're saying when you hit up blogs and
Sometimes, yeah. I
usually
mean, like
emails.
there were a number of public radio stations that had like PO boxes, and it was just standard thing. Like you mail it here, we will play it. It will play on the air at some point.
At some point. I definitely remember this. I'm no John Bon Jovi, but I've definitely sent a bunch to record labels, and never heard back ever. Especially. They do actually, spoiler alert, the California Dreams get a response in under 10 minutes, or in under a fortnight. And, but that in itself is so unrealistic.
We'll get to that because
high school band.
I have notes about us to specifically speak on that for sure.
So, I wanted to mention here that, Mark is such a good replacement for Matt in this instant because, Jake sings the song. Nobody likes it. They're reticent to say that his lyrics suck. And then Mark is like, guys, school night. We should get going. We should wrap up practice. It is bright as fuck out right now. They're like, we need to go home to study for an aptitude test that you do not have to study for. Just major Matt vibes, being a fucking buzzkill and just being a huge dork.
You know, I didn't even think about him being the replacement. I thought of him as the new guy, but now you got me looking at him. He's looking like the replacement. They cold swapped this guy.
He's thin. He's neat.
Same haircut, similar haircut.
He's how do I put this? He's delicate. All right. He's not the alpha male, you know.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Pete?
I'm just
he's
a gentle boy.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Sure.
It's from one gentle boy to another. Okay.
He's definitely the replacement for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So good for you needing your full 8 to 9 hours of sleep, Mark. That's awesome. So we're going to jump to the hallway.
Here we go, baby. Here we go. And new catchphrase right here.
Okay.
Vavoom. Vavoom.
So
you're it.
He's saying vavoom instead of baboom because she's ethnic. Is that? I'm genuinely asking a question.
I don't know. Just that noise was so.
Was he doing like a vroom vroom? Like, is this like an automobile
I
sound?
don't know. The only thing I can recall is like the people in the 50s doing something similar.
Va 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 boom, right?
Yeah,
I think that's like a humana situation.
Yeah, that's sort of exactly what I'm talking about.
But if you can't specifically tell me what it's about with 100% certainty, I cannot sign off on it being the new catchphrase for surf dudes with attitude.
Wow, what a buzzkill.
Guys, we got to wrap this podcast up, all right? We got
a
school night.
Buzzkill.
So, Lorena, she again calls Sly ferret face. It's the second episode in a row. And in the same sentence, calls him a cockroach. So, is it two different forms of the animal kingdom? Like, lambasted at Sly. No cohesion. Kingdom, phylum, class? No, it's two of them.
Okay, that's where you're going with that. All right, yeah. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I lived in the 90s and I never heard those insults. Those were not the insults that I heard.
It's really mean to call him ferret face constantly. He's got a nice face. You know, I don't understand.
You know, I'm glad that you brought that up because I have a note here. As I was watching this episode, I couldn't help but feel like Sly is someone who would passionately pursue a job as a Tom Cruise lookalike for private events.
Oh, yeah, he has. Like, we have a picture of them meeting, and you could tell that this was like something that he had worked up towards.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's blessed with a very symmetric
meeting
face.
Tom Cruise?
Yes, it's on his Facebook page. We found it.
That is frigging hilarious. That is frigging hilarious. Okay,
yeah, maybe George can get that up. It's really good.
I also have here. He also seems like someone who wouldn't know what the word aptitude means.
It's true.
His character.
Like, I fully expected somebody to confuse it with attitude, at some point in this episode because
Yeah.
it's such like low hanging fruit. So, anyway, so we jump to the classroom where they're all in the same class, Saved by the Bell rules. And who's the fucking teacher?
All right,
Who's the
man.
teacher? Are
Here
you
we
ready?
go. Here we go. Here is where the plot thickens.
Okay. So
wait, hang on. George sent us this picture, and I think we have to show it. We're like,
I want to see
we
James
are now
in real time.
legally obligated. Let's see, this will even come up. God damn it. It's pretty close though. Like for a lookalike, he's all right.
Yeah. So you saw it.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now.
Where is this? I see some caterers in the background. I don't know. Sly looks like the Joker in this.
Well, he's living his dream. Can't hate him for that. Okay, so here we go. Here's where the plot thickens, buddy. Now,
Okay.
I have to say,
yeah,
all of these characters make sense to me, except for the guidance counselor, the snooty British guidance counselor, and I couldn't help but feel like the guidance counselor, and go with me here because I have facts to support my claims.
All right, fully on this.
The school's guidance counselor seems like someone who is in charge of an MK Ultra experiment at a high school. Okay, he's above Charlie Manson, but not quite a Bond villain. Okay, now with that context, let's step through this scene. Okay. So, first of all, we've never seen this guy. I've never heard his British fucking accent before.
No, he's
Where did he
definitely
come
using.
from?
It's
Where
the
did he
same
go?
classroom they always use. So
where did he come from? So he's this nebulous guidance counselor. Okay, he's going to come and he's going to administer this aptitude test. Now, basically, everybody is not afraid of taking the aptitude test. They're going to freely accept whatever this piece of paper tells them they should pursue in terms of life, right? Except for Sly.
Well, no, Sly cheated on the aptitude test,
right?
So they're both both fashion icons.
He hasn't cheated yet, but this is his plan. He's going to cheat.
Yeah. Yes, that's his plan.
That's his plan. He's going to cheat so that he can be sure to get involved in some situation with
where
his
he can
new,
get close to
love.
Lorena.
Yeah.
Costa.
Okay, hang on. No, here we go. So I've got timestamps. Oh, and this just trust me, I'll get there.
Okay.
Also, did they ever have? There's like a weird guitar sound that's like a transition noise.
Yes, I was gonna bring that up too.
New?
I've never heard that before.
Okay, I have to say this. It sounds like a squeaky fart. It was like so obnoxiously took me out of it. The rest of the transitions, I don't remember there being these same transitions. I remember sometimes having music between cuts, but not some of the same transitions. Some of them worked, but that one sound was like,
yeah.
I couldn't.
Okay, it's a little dolphiny. I that's true. I thought you were gonna go this is the hypnosis sound to knock them in and out of it from another MK Ultra angle.
That was just a side note. I had to
Wait,
make
do you know where this British guy's from? I don't know if you're building up to that. There's gonna be some kind of lore.
No.
Okay.
There's no go ahead.
It's Mr. Belvedere.
Is it the same guy?
It's the same guy. It's Mr. Belvedere. Yes, it's Mr. Belvedere.
Okay, well that takes on a whole new level of complexity.
Because I think he worked for Your Majesty's Secret Service, I think, right?
There you go. Thank you. So here's the thing, right? He's his guidance counselor, right? And he's handing out this thing and he's like, oh, you might become this, you might become this. But then he goes, Yeah. So this is before they've taken the test. He's handing it out. Maybe one of you will become a guidance counselor, but he hands the sheet to the new guy.
Mark.
Okay?
Yeah.
He hands it to him. And then he goes, the noblest of all professions which is exactly what someone who is conducting an MK Ultra operation would say to add to their cover. Like, I'm just a humble guidance
I mean,
counselor.
sure, we've never
Don't
seen this
look
guy.
at me.
I guarantee, and
now you're telling me he has connections to intelligence? I mean,
there's no fucking way we're going to ever see this guy again. Okay? No way. Same as Mr. Green in the show. There's no way. They don't give him,
here's the thing.
a British name.
Pete, he's always there.
It's okay. He's always been there.
As the episode progresses, I think you'll kind of get what I'm going for here. Okay.
He gets a little arc in this. I won't. I won't lie.
And think about what he's doing. He's trying to help these kids.
He's trying to recruit people for their CIA. Yeah.
Is he trying to help the kids find what their aptitude is, or is he trying to tell kids what they should be doing?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And he hands the sheet to Mark and says, "Some of you might become guidance counselors." Yes. And then Mark becomes on his aptitude test. So are they taking this test, or is he just like messing with the kids?
Let's take a step back, because yes, he gives them this test, and then we do a weird time jump where everybody just changes clothes, and I guess it's like a day later or something. I don't know if they have to send these in to get aptituded. And then he tells only the Fab 5 or 6 what they are. Everybody else in the class, you can fuck right off. You don't get to know. But you're right. He tells everybody what they're supposed to do. I would think that he's saying, you should be a guidance counselor because I love my job. Do we really think that Mark would be a guidance counselor? Let's actually think of what they could do, Like Tony would be a good guidance counselor.
But think about it. He tells Tony he says you're going to be a musician.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he tells Jake to become a florist, which he hates.
I do not understand how you
get that. He tells Tiffany to become a vet, where all the animals hate her. I've got some thoughts on that.
That's actually I could see Tiff being a vet. I could see that. And
but the animals are repulsed by her.
Sam is the best fashion out of anybody. And then they bring Lorena in. We've only seen her for one episode at this point.
Yes.
And all of a sudden she's supposed to be the fashionista because she's rich.
Yes. That's exactly why. Yep.
Okay. But everybody else in class, we don't know what you're going to be. It doesn't matter.
They don't matter. Their lives are irrelevant.
People here.
Yeah. They're not a part of the experiment.
This is so Saved by the Bell in that way, where it's just like everybody else in school hates these people because like they fuck everything up and they only get the attention. Wow.
I'm sorry, are you projecting a little bit there? That seemed a little too violent. It's like you were prepared that a little too much.
Yeah. Yes. I liked it when Mr. Belvedere called Jake Leatherboy. That was super cute.
That's his project code name.
Okay.
I'm telling you, all the pieces fit. Like, you can try and pick it apart, but like the deeper we get in here, even when he says the noblest profession of all, he makes like these weird eyes, like he's being sarcastic about it.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of Gish Gallop here. You're just throwing a lot of shit at me, and I can't deflect all of it.
You can't refute any of it because I don't let you finish.
I guess you're right.
One response, But anyways, we'll come back to that. But
yeah, I mean, because it's the crux of the whole fucking episode.
We'll come back to that.
We go to Sharkey's real quick. Jake looks like a professional bowler as he comes in, and then Sly comes in, and I guess he's like, fuck this record label. They don't know what they're talking about. They not only responded, but they gave notes. They're like, we love the music. Those lyrics, though.
Yeah.
Lame sauce.
And we get to watch in real time as Jake suffers experiences the true cost. He's ruined this. This could have been the band's big break. But it could have been the band's big break. This could have been their record deal. Okay.
But listen. What did they send them? Are they sending them? Okay, this is like a rights issue. We touched on this last week, but like now that Matt has gone from the band, are they just putting in all new material? They're like, Matt had a real strict publishing
he's completely cut out. Yeah.
Rights. Yeah. So they're just using Jake's new stuff because guess what? These last 2 episodes, we haven't heard a lot of music, but we heard 2 songs. They're brand new. We haven't heard them before.
Yep.
So they're only using a new catalog. Whereas if you're sending your shit to a record label, you send the best. Even if it's got old people on it, you send whatever is going to be the best chance that you have as a band. to get picked up, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand it from the other perspective too, because they're just like, we're starting fresh. Everyone has their roles. I guess the part that I'm still having trouble with is, why was the new guy not writing? Like, they brought him in the band because he was this virtuoso, and then as we'll find out, right, like in this scene, he's like, man, I feel like I'm, kind of going through a dry spell, or they're like, you're going to get over your dry spell. And then the new guy makes that comment about like, oh, I've never experienced dry spells. But it's like, okay, well, if you aren't experiencing dry spells, then like, why aren't you why isn't he writing?
I mean, seriously, you're in a band. And if somebody's awesome at guitar, that Jake as a character is, like, somebody pick up the slack. Somebody out, like, Tony writes the songs. We found that out in the first season, that Tony is writing lyrics to a lot of these songs.
That's what I'm saying.
Have him do it.
Okay,
I know this is just for the plot. I know it's a kids show, but it's really upsetting.
It upset me. I was like, all right,
welcome
new guy.
To the club,
how about you bring us some
guy.
New songs, new guy. But fortunately, this is a part of being in a band too. We get to watch in real time as Jake gets his first experience with costing a band a record deal, and the first on a long list of rejections,
crushing rejection. And that sucks. It's one thing to be like, we didn't get it, or they never responded, but to be like, they like this, and this, but fuck you, Jake. Your lyrics blew it. So speaking of Jake, we go to the florist, and I had just a quick question here. Like, we go to the florist, Jake is working there, and then whatever, audience doesn't do anything. Then Mark walks in, and there's all this whooping. Why? Was it for Sly, do you think? Because it definitely looked like it was for Mark.
He's the replacement.
Matt never got whooping.
Exactly.
So
I guess I was kind of confused though, because I was like, so wait a minute. They take this aptitude test in whatever guidance counselor class, whatever the fuck hell class that is.
This seems like an elective at best.
And then they have to go get jobs for a week doing that thing.
None of that makes sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
You would have to like research your thing, your career path,
like
and then
when he's saying that in the classroom, that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, so go research this career, go to the library,
and
read some books.
These poor local mom and pop businesses have to put up these shithead teenagers who just came in and like they didn't even want to do this.
Jake wouldn't even take off his damn leather jacket.
No, Leather Boy never takes that jacket off. He's a fucking never nude when it comes to that, and he has ditched practice 2 days in a row, which confirms our theory, George, that they do practice every single day. And
well, they'd have to.
So, and
how
he's
else
like,
would they learn the
I
new
can't
material?
practice today. I'm stuck here till 9 o'clock. Now, is Jake hired? Because he's there a lot of scenes in this show. Is this an internship?
I think it's like a week-long volunteership, because Tiffany's volunteering at the petting zoo, whatever.
That's a lot of fucking hours to not get paid.
Yeah, well, this is the 90s. Children, and
honestly,
Pete,
here.
I'm just gonna say this here now. Children want to work, okay? Child labor laws need to protect the children who want to work.
You know what?
Too.
Fuck Upton Sinclair. Okay, he fucked up a good thing.
So they have this like ridiculous, silly little exchange. We get the idea that they're all going out to volunteer with each other. Is this the point at which Sly asks Jake to write the note, or is that later? That's later.
That's later.
That's later. Okay.
We leave this scene where there's this fake cat hiss, and the whole other gag of the episode is that Tiff's supposed to be a vet, but like she sucks dealing with all animals.
The animals hate her. Yeah.
So
I've got some theories on that, but we'll get to the.
All right. So we're gonna jump to Sharky's. Sly and Lorena have been teamed up to work on a project. Sly says he's named an article of clothing after her, or like a fashion line or something. And we finally find out in this scene that Lorena is Mexican. We asked last episode, and it was very vague. We knew she was Latina of some sort, but she's Mexican. She's had hotels and casinos named after her from her rich father, who we will get to meet in a couple episodes, mind you. And I noticed there's new arcade machines in the back, but anyway, Sly is again just trying to get in Lorena's pants.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious.
The only way he knows. Sure.
The only one who doesn't see it apparently is Lorena. But I have a question. So he basically comes up with a clever way to entice Lorena into being his model, right? And then kind of secures a date at her house later that night. And then he runs up to the new guy, Mark, and he goes, "Hey, Mr. Guidance Counselor, you're a genius." And then Mark goes, "Forget it, cuz I'm broke." What was that about?
Oh, I think because Sly hits everybody up for money. And Sly's a
gotcha.
sociopath, and he just, that's all he cares about.
Yeah,
what he can get
there was
out of
no laugh
people.
track there, so I was just really confused. I was like, was that a joke or?
Yeah,
And-
I mean,
and
I don't
also-
see Mark work at all. Like, so of course he would be broke.
Where is Mark's swagger coming from? You know, in one episode, he's gone from the shyest musical genius in school to like Justin Timberlake, dude. Like how he's walking
Yeah.
around in this episode, calling his cousin
Say more Nick
cuz.
Lachey, but okay.
Well,
yeah, I get what
whatever,
you're saying.
whatever. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I think this is going to be like Matt syndrome, where the whole second season they did not know what to do with Matt's character because he was it's true, he was dethroned from the first season. In first season they tried to make him like a badass, didn't work, and then the second season he got all these goofy storylines, and then Jake was like the rock star of the band. So I think there's going to be some growing pains with Mark, and he's just going to have to firmly sit into that category of like reluctant genius, songwriter extraordinaire. Except when the plot doesn't call for it, for him to like jump in and save the day with his prowess, right? That's how I picked it up.
I guess I don't know. I don't know what to make of that yet.
So,
I
but
just don't know how he got so much groove back.
I mean, he got dumped by his man and went down to the Caribbean and
I
found
guess.
another one.
Yeah,
So,
I guess.
so
Anyways, now we're back to the florist, right?
yes, this is the scene you were asking about.
We're back to the florist, and this is crucial for Jake because Jake is obviously having this existential crisis. He's working at this flower place. He really doesn't like flowers, but that's what he got in his test, being a florist. So
I guess he has to do it then.
he has to do it because that's what the the aptitude test said for him to do was to go do this. So first of all, I can already see him acquiescing to corporate life because he's lost the leather jacket. Like corporate called him and was like, "Dude, take the leather jacket off. It's not part of our uniform policy." First of all, then second of all, he hates this situation so much that he becomes immediately inspired when Sly comes in asking for a flower.
See, I'm going to disagree. I hard disagree there. I actually think through all these scenes, Jake is actually really enjoying being a florist. Until the time where he freaks out, which I actually thought when I saw it, that he was just being the tough guy. I think he actually would make a good florist because he's not good at writing lyrics. So it's time to hang it up, buddy. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Pete.
I thought...
That's how people kill dreams. Yeah, but this episode's called "Follow Your Dreams." So
yeah, well,
before we kill our dreams,
you're right. So he writes this note for Sly to Lorena, and I guess he gets inspired. And
no, I think he was in such a corporate prison until somebody
it's
asked
hilarious
him
you
to
think
be.
there's any kind of corporate backing.
Look, it was the 90s, dude. This was 1-800-Flowers. This was 1-800-Flowers. This was 1-800-Flowers before 1-800-Flowers, okay? This is the 90s. It's like FedEx, okay? Listen.
They were undercutting, like 1-800-Flowers was just dumping all these businesses. They were just putting all these mom and pop brick and mortar places out of business. This is what 1-800-Flowers was really big around that time. Do you think that there's a backstory there with that?
Yeah, 1-800-Flowers bought ladies' floral shop. Yeah. I'm telling you, the corporate connection's real, dude. I'm sure we can find some tax documents. Anyways, listen, okay, so he's there and he's like in this corporate prison, right? Like everything, they're just telling him how to live his life, and like this is what he has to look forward to, and the life has no joy. And then his friend comes in, and his friend is in need. He needs Jake to be creative because Jake is a creative person, and he
Yeah.
comes up with this, beautiful little poem or whatever that he writes to Lorena. But he in that moment it was like he was reminded. He was like, no, I don't like this. This sucks because it sucks, and I like expressing myself using my words.
He's just so good at writing limericks on a small cardboard card.
Well, isn't that what songs are?
Well, I love the line where he's like, "Nothing gets to a girl more than a card with flowers." So,
yeah, it was a simpler time.
It's Rico Suave over here.
Yeah, it was a simpler
Careful.
time. Okay,
He's
so
gonna
then
steal your girl.
we're flashing forward here. We're in Lorena's room, right?
Yes.
Okay, and Tiff's hanging out with Lorena.
Or
We're waiting.
Sam is hanging out with Lorena.
Yeah, Sam. Right. Sam's hanging out, carrying the heaviest camera possible around her neck.
It had a cape on it, I think.
Yeah,
made a lot of smoke.
At the time, that would have been a convenient thing, but that is hilarious. And I will say one thing I did enjoy in this episode is the gag where she would take a picture and she would want everyone to behave themselves.
Yeah.
Act natural.
That was cute.
But then everyone would like make a silly face. I actually did like that, especially the one in that scene as she's exiting with Sly and Lorena. Like that one is just, you almost forget about the gag, but then it pops up. That was good. I have to appreciate that.
Yeah, she was creeping on them. She wanted to see some action. Sly comes in looking like full on Pepe Le Pew, acting like it. Yeah. What he came in and said? He said something in French. He's terrible accent.
He's channeling all the French, the legendary French designers, and it was terrible. It was a terrible accent. But anyway,
we've heard some bad French accents on this show that you have missed too.
He also tried to use being French as some way to like SA Lorena, which I did
There's
not
some mild
appreciate.
essay in this episode.
Okay, I didn't appreciate that.
And she fully just like accepts it at some point after she reads this card. So,
well, listen, the power of words, the pen is mightier than the sword. That is what they say. The one thing about this scene that I really kind of took me out of it was Lorena's leopard roar. So Sly presents his design that he needs Lorena to model, which is actually just a thing he bought from a Marshall's. And it's leopard print, and Lorena loves leopard print, and she sees it and she goes, she makes like the worst leopard roar sound.
Yes.
It really took me out of it.
So he bought that thing for $39.95, and he's like, oh crap, I can't let her see that I bought this, even though she knows something about fashion and she's fucking rich, so she should know if something was like made by made by fucking Betsy Ross down there in the basement.
That's why I think it was Marshall's, because Marshall's may have had like some like markdown brand name stuff.
This is some Nordstrom rack shit. It looks like something Peg Bundy would wear. Yeah. It is not good quality, but it would have been $80 back then. Just for all of our inflation nerds, we're constantly getting, you have no idea how many emails we're getting about people like, bring back the inflation calculator, Pete. That's not true. Can we go back to the...
Were you inflating the inflation counter emails?
That's true.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
So it works. She kisses him because she's like, I am swooned by this limerick, and I don't know how that translates to Jake finding his mojo again. I do not know.
Well, we'll get to it. Okay. So one other thing I want to say about that is when Jake is dropping off the flowers and Sly closes the door in his face, there's a hilarious cat scream sound that I also found to be hilarious. That's all.
Oh, so we're supposed to surmise that the cat has maybe attacked Jake?
Or whatever, or that the cat got the door slammed in its face, or who cares? But it was just funny.
Did you Did you have an LPE at that moment?
Yeah, it was like... I was like, oh, that's fun. You blink, you miss something like that. It's the details. Anyway, so where are we in the next scene?
We are going back to the florist for the final Jake scene there. And there's
the
only
showdown.
one moment. Yeah, so Tony and Sly show up. Boy, Tony and Mark show up? Somebody does. I really only had one note here where Jake gets upset. Oh, because okay, I did have almost. He's like, there's too much baby's breath in that bouquet, man. What a dumb line, but it made me laugh. That was it. And then Jake loses it, and he's like, I hate this job. And then he's like, I hate this job enough. I don't need Urkel and Jerkel over there to like come and harass me. And I was like, again, this is like the third time in the series that they have referred to Tony as Urkel, which funny for the time, little problematic now, but like points for consistency, I guess.
Yeah, the one thing they're consistent. No, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. That's the one thing they're consistent on.
So I have a question because you're kind of new to the show. It's not alluded to yet, but when we go to the next scene in the loft, Lorena is like, I would fuck anybody that sent me that note, kind of thing. Whoever has that has like got it. Do you think Jake would have any kind of quote unquote bro code and not go after? Okay,
no. First of all, and too. I mean, because Sly wouldn't. So
that's such an aptitude point right there.
Number one. Number two, it wasn't about scoring with Lorena. It was about getting his confidence back, knowing that that little thing I thought meant nothing, that actually meant something. Maybe I need to try this. Maybe this will remove me from
I get that. I'm just saying
spell.
In general, as little as you know, Jake, because you are new to the show, do you think, and you answered it really well. You're like, no, guy, he doesn't have it in him. You know?
And I don't think, again, it's Sly. No, what's the phrase?
Else, if it was
no honor among thieves, right?
Yeah, well, it's honor among thieves. So back in the old days, thieves wouldn't snitch you out, and they would, if they knew you were going for a heist, they weren't going to go for the same heist.
Yeah, but it is now no honor among thieves.
Yes,
because everyone's a rat.
Yeah, or a ferret face, or a cockroach.
Well, and that's why is she making all the rat-like, rodent-like comparisons? Because he's a rat.
It's true.
He's a sneaky little sniffling rat. Anyways, so we're back at the loft, right? And we hear Tiffany outside trying to help a bird in a tree,
which we don't see.
She's getting, her fingers are just getting destroyed this week. And I can't help but think the animals seem to hate Tiffany because they can innately sense the anxiety and rage.
Bad news.
Boiling just beneath the skin. A lot of unacknowledged and unprocessed emotions relating to her father. Just waiting to be unleashed in a violent rage, hopefully at this upcoming band practice.
Hopefully.
But fortunately for those guys, this time, no. But you just got to think about it. The guidance counselor came in out of nowhere with this ridiculous British accent, gives the kids an aptitude test, effectively foreshadowing what the aptitude tests were going to say as he's handing it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then the kids go do jobs that they have no aptitude for. And then we get to the coup de grace, which is the back half of Jake's presentation.
That's true.
Well, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, you're not really. There's we go to the classroom.
They give their presentations right in the classroom.
I mean, and what are we really skipping over? For some reason, Tony always relegated to like the C plot. He starts beatboxing and it's interrupted by a pig that Tiffany brought in.
That also chased her out on crutches.
Not for nothing. That's a prize pig right there. That is a big.
It's a big honker.
Hog.
Yeah, it's a big old boy.
I get that it's supposed to be humorous.
You're probably gonna get a fair amount of bacon from a pig like that.
I mean, you can't kill those types of pigs. Those are the ones that you show off that you're farming, basically.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So it is.
Anyways, we're at the place. What is the name of the place?
Okay, yeah. So, do we even button up the Lorena gets back at Sly by making him be half naked, which she is always half naked any chance he gets.
He's ripped. Number 2, what does he care? Number 3, his thing wasn't even that revealing. It was just like a Tarzan costume.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even have been that embarrassing. But, whatever. It's fine. But we get to Jake and Sidney Gottlieb, I mean, the guidance counselor is like, look, dude, where's your presentation? And Jake's like, we got to go.
Can you do a British accent while you ask
No. I'm definitely, I'm not gonna embarrass myself like that. But
early colonial, if that's easier.
Oh yeah, you think? Cockney. You want me to do a Cockney accent, right?
That's the only one people can do.
What's the name of the place they hang out?
Sharkey's.
Sharkey's, right? Okay, so they go to Sharkey's, and the guidance counselor comes in, and he's like, "What is this? This has nothing to do with flowers."
Well, okay, before you even get there, this took us a long time to figure out where the fuck Sharkey's is in relation to the school. We always pictured that it had to be attached to the school, but this is all but confirming it.
Yeah.
I think
it's, or at least on the same campus.
This is an impromptu, permission slipless field trip, and everybody gets to go. So are they serving lunch at this time? Like, you're going to just show up with 20 to 30 people during lunchtime or something?
Whatever, they'll get
Everyone
French fries.
gets a seat. Don't say whatever. Like, this is a big deal. Are they making the kids pay for these meals? Are they getting subsidized by the state?
That is a good point. It could just be what they call their cafeteria. But I would think it's like some hippie California shit where it's like an open campus.
They make Tony work there. Like, you can't. He's serving himself school lunch.
It's like it's like a high school campus being a little bit more like a college campus. Like there's opportunities for kids to work after school. It's like a campus. It's not just a high school. That to me sounds like some California shit that they have out there. Within 2 Google searches, we could find that.
Okay, I mean, you keep saying that. I would love to see this surplus of information related to California Dreams because I haven't found it.
All I'm saying is that that's not super. The fact that they go to this thing is weird, but I would assume it's either on the campus of the high school or literally across the street, like a place where the only place where the kids can hang out after school, or it's just what they call the cafeteria.
So you reminded me, George and I went to this place called Hack, which is Harrisburg Area Community College. And inside they had, the quad or whatever. They had, a cafeteria. And a lot of the students worked there for work release or something. Yeah. The only person that was not their age was this fucking dude. And I think he was an ex-con working there. He was the creepiest guy. And then he would say the worst shit to girls. And then there was one time I was in line and this girl in front of me is like, she asked for a sub and he's like, how big? And she's like, it was either 8-inch or it was 12-inch. And then he just said it. She's like, can I have the 8-inch? And he's like, I have an 8-inch in my pants for you. And this girl is just horrified. And then she didn't say anything. And he's like, I'm sorry. What would you like on it? So maybe he changed as well. I think about that guy once a week. Sorry.
Maybe they were doing MK Ultra shit at your school, dude. I don't know. That sounds. I don't know. It doesn't really shock
live
me.
in that moment of just being there in that awkward silence, and she held her ground. Good for her. So yeah,
that sounds like a really great time. Yeah, it sounds like a really great time. Anyways, we're back at Sharkey's, and the guidance counselor's like, Jake, why aren't you not pursuing the thing that I told you to pursue? And Jake's like, well, I tried it, and I just need to follow my dreams. But I just want to make a note here, it was it became super clear in that moment as he's talking to the guidance counselor that Jake beat the MK Ultra mind programming.
He did.
Most likely due to the fact that he is the resident rebellious stoner.
Mm-hmm.
So he wasn't going to accept the programming because the system was telling him what to do, man.
Still didn't excuse him writing really shitty lyrics and losing them a record contract.
Well,
though.
he had to go through a little. We get inspired from living life, so he just had to
Do you think that they're going to have another
more life.
writer's block for Jake?
Yeah, I
for
can
the rest of
almost
the
guarantee
series?
that that's going to be not necessarily with him, but I see that being a thing frequently. And can we talk? We have to talk about the song and the editing of the
Please.
video of the song,
Well,
because
how bad you think this song is, James? I don't mean to interrupt, but like Jake is like, you guys, he literally wrote this song, didn't show any of the band, just gave them, I guess, charts.
because his confidence was reignited.
They didn't rehearse this whatsoever.
It doesn't matter because Lorena said, anyone who could write like that would make my panties wet or whatever it was that she said. And that was enough to like re-inspire him. That was enough to reignite the creative flame, and everyone else in the band is just so locked the fuck in, they can pull this off. Okay. Mark is a virtuoso. Okay.
But they're doing like perfect harmonies together.
It's
as
not
they're
a
singing
hard
this song.
I
don't know what is the song even called. I could not make heads or tails. It didn't. Nothing struck me.
Look,
the only thing I did realize in this song that there's a fantastically like butt rock solo that got cut out. I could just tell at any moment Jake was supposed to go into that solo, and whatever pared down version did not have it. And that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, you could say.
And who set this equipment up?
You could say that. Well,
when?
Here, look. Okay. Okay. The song was actually all right. The people miming the playing, pretty good. What I couldn't get over was the editing of the video.
Okay.
Which seemed to show a lot of eye contact between the guidance counselor and Jake.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of that video, there's that long shot on Jake's face, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was a moment that I knew that Jake didn't beat the MK Ultra programming, and the guidance counselor's ultimate plan was to make Jake fall in love with them.
Oh.
Incepted.
That took a turn. Maybe that's why we never...
You didn't notice that? When you were watching the video, you didn't notice any weird cuts, edits between the guidance counselor, who was like the oldest person there by 70 years?
Well, he's like a famous British actor.
Close-ups of Jake's face. Yes, a famous British actor. And we're just gonna go ahead, for the sake of being reasonable, we're gonna assume that he is also Mr. Belvedere in this universe. So the connections to 100%. Intelligence is undeniable.
But I think this would have worked a little better if like Mr. Belvedere was like riding Jake hard in a metaphorical sense about him not being a musician kind of thing. And then him finally showing Mr. Belvedere at the end. But no, like it just seems like there's scenes missing from this episode.
Well, there was a scene with the guidance counselor that they cut out where he says to Jake, I've got a 12-inch sub for you right here in my pants. So, yeah.
Now I can't cut out that earlier story.
That's
Do you think this song is called something like "Believe in Your Dreams" or something very on the nose?
Okay. Dreams is for sure. It's got to be in this one. Follow Your Dreams on California Dreams.
You're right. This has to be like maybe George could. I don't know. I don't know where George is going to go to find. We could talk to our upcoming guest. Maybe he knows. Yeah, I saw Tiff trying to play some chords on her bass. Mark is continually...
Tiff was struggling, but her hands were all chewed up from the animals, dude. She was on crutches, bro.
That's
Cut her some
really
slack.
good point. Okay. All right. Well, Mark is showing that he's not great at miming. I'm gonna jump out of turn and just give Mark the Jenny right away. Mark
really?
is not good at miming. As much of a virtuoso he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Forget about it. You know,
he's just that good.
Tony nailed the one fucking drum fill. Gets to Tony for me. Okay.
Dude, Tony is the only solid mimer. He's the only one who consistently looks like he's playing what he's supposed to be playing.
Jake is playing chords. They're just not. They're not the right chords to what the song is. He is actually going on the beat.
His pantomiming. Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the new Gladiator movie. It's fine.
I disagree. There's sharks in both of those things that you just brought up. So that's it.
I don't get why.
I mean, we're not going to talk. We're not talking about. We're not having a Gladiator 2 podcast here.
Well, it's not supposed to be a Gladiator.
I got
2.
a lot of thoughts about that new shitty Gladiator movie.
Oh,
It's not even serviceable.
Well, again, it's fine. Did we need it? Nah.
No. Well,
I would say for the Jenny for sure, Tiffany. But again, when you think about what was happening to her the whole episode, animals were biting her fingers.
I love that you keep calling them the wrong names. I forget that you are new to this show. Tiffany, not Jenny.
No, the Jenny Award.
Oh, just wipe that from existence. I heard you wrong.
That's what we were talking about, right?
We should wipe the whole thing from existence. It's too confusing.
Yeah, I tried to get the awards in before George came back because he hates it so much. But honestly, can't think of a Tiffy award to give out. I don't know who I'd be in a band with this week because nobody helped Jake. I've definitely been there as the primary songwriter where I'm just like not coming up with something.
Dude,
and everyone's like,
Sly,
good luck with that.
Sly is the person you.
You know what? He tried to let Jake down easy, and Jake would like not having it. He just
Sly's the only one with like a cohesive vision, and like the other, like the band members, they're like, yeah, we're just in a band, but Sly's the only one who's like, well, we gotta make shit happen, send the tape, the cassette to the record label.
I think Mr. Belvedere should get the Tiffy because Mr. Belvedere is the one that reignited Jake's creativity and ability to write lyrics.
Yeah. Not the way James sees it, but yeah. I tend to agree, George.
No, he did. He did. It's not the way that is like most beneficial to Jake, but that was one of the unintended side effects of the MK Ultra
the Stanford
program.
prison experiment on him.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
And I was really, really hoping that the Nick Cave version of Gladiator 2 would have been made.
I mean, don't we all? Guys, this week I just put on like a shitty horror movie like every day, if not twice a day, and I woke up from a nap and I was like, oh, this movie was called Crocodile 2 Death Roll, but if you're in Canada, it's called Death Swamp, or anywhere else outside of the United States. And I was like, who is this cutie patootie short hair girl? I look it up. It's Jenny. This was post California Dreams. Heidi Lionheart played in a movie with Martin Kove from Cobra Kai and The Karate Kid, where she's a stewardess, plane crash on a swamp, and they are actually using band equipment to smuggle money, and then this giant crocodile fucks everybody's shit up, and she's the final girl in there. So
she did 3. I think it was called The Au Pair. The movie was called The Au Pair. She did 3 of those.
That sounds like a soft porn. The Au Pair.
Well, it kind of was,
Yeah, I mean I mean, was she the Au Pair?
Yeah.
Okay. Hot.
Who I think married the person that
married
was in
the dad in the scenario. Yeah, that's definitely
that's
like
usually how it happens. Yep.
That's like the diet crush, basically.
It's like 75% of Hallmark movies right there.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the single dad that's just doing his best on the holidays.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Nice. So I just want you to know that I'm still keeping up with all the California Dreams cast and what they're doing. But I mean, that's going to do it for this episode, Follow Your Dreams. I love the moment at the end where Jake and Mr. Belvedere are talking, and
right before they kiss. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Belvedere is like, you know what? You're right. These tests, they're not always correct. And, let's do it, so. George, what did you mean by this?
I'm ready for episode 3 for James to guess the
Oh, okay.
What's going to happen?
Sorry, I just should have let you do it, but I understand. James, so we have a tradition here, as you know. I want you to guess what the next episode is about, based purely on the title. Anybody at home can follow along too. I think this one's going to be a banger.
The episode is called Budget Cuts.
Oh, budget cuts. Do you think there's going to be some kind of crackdown on Lorena's bottomless pit of funds?
Oh, I love that.
Maybe Sly. They can't afford to keep Sly. I don't know. Budget cuts with relation to the band. What could that mean? The plot thickens, but just for this episode.
Sure. George, you want to tell him what it's actually about?
After Sly becomes the program director for the school's radio station, he gives each of his friends their own show with mixed results. But when the school board threatens to shut the station down due to budget cuts, Jake and Lorena go to drastic measures to save it. What kind of kooky and wacky stuff is going to happen in this episode?
James, does this plot sound at all familiar to you?
Airheads.
No. There's an exact replica plot in Saved by the Bell. The gang finds an old... Yeah, for sure. But they go to the basement, they find an old radio station, and it turns out that Mr. Belding used to be a DJ down there. And so each one of the kids gets their own radio station, and then they have to save the max or some shit. So, like...
Dude, there's an exact replica in this show.
In this
show,
did the
that's pirate radio episode.
They do a pirate radio station, and they I think they each have a show, don't they? So this was the lost episode, the one where Jenny came back, and it was shown completely out of order. So this makes me think that, like, one of these was not supposed to exist.
Do you think Jenny's going to come back?
No, whatsoever.
She's like 50 at this point, yeah.
But the whole thing is like, in the Saved by the Bell episode, like, Slater has he's terrible on the mic. Everybody else is pretty good, but Slater is awful, and he just has a sports show that nobody listens to, and he's a hack. So I don't know why the school wants to shut this down. I don't know. How are they going to save it? Probably something at Sharkey's with the band.
You know, I heard that that we're going through some budget cuts as well, and we need to save the podcast.
So one of us is getting fired. You guys can write us at surfdudeswithattitude@gmail.com to tell us who's going to be the left and the right of the lifeboat. So that's going to...
Spoiler alert, it's all of us.
So anyway, that's next week. That's called Budget Cuts, episode 3, season 3, if you're following along.
And like we always say on Surf Dudes with Attitude, vavoom.
That's
because we always say that. We always say that.
I don't know. Did you guys like this episode?
Yeah, I am pleasantly surprised with the new season so far. There's a couple gags I liked. Production quality is pretty good. Apart from the whole weird MK Ultra thing, which I don't know why they would do that.
I mean, this is very obviously broadcast in this
super
one.
Unnecessary.
I didn't think this episode was good. I'm glad we had a band moment, but it seems so shoehorned in at the end. But we got it, so we had something to talk about.
I tend to like the episodes more when they're band oriented. I don't know how, like, it's really weird to see California Dreams in Saved by the Bell. Like, this is now California Dreams at Bayside High.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. It's just it's like 20 minutes away school, basically. It's still on the coast. So I don't know. We're gonna keep trudging through. We're gonna try to bring some people that were on the show to our show and get some real fucking answers. The MK Ultra theory.
We need to get to the bottom of it. We need to get to the bottom of it. He's got connections, clear connections to intelligence.
It's a front. The flower shop is a front.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, until next time, my heart bone goes out to both of you. Thank you for being here on Surf Dudes with Attitude. And I don't know. See you next week.
Yeah, and don't forget our signature sign off. Vavoom.
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 Vavoom. It's a thing.
It's
Vavoom.
It's hate that catchphrase.
This has been a Waning Moon production.